Hey, this is former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. And you're looking at and you're listening to, and you're watching the Shootin Shit podcast. Woo!
Yes, it is me, Gerald the Poupée, and you are watching Shootin Shit. Yes.
The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
Gentlemen, I don't even know how to start episode 113, man. I am exhausted, but I feel like oh God bless every week with this guy. We survived.
He's the biggest Chicago guy I know.
We survived.
Literally.
Yep. Yep.
Anybody want a hot dog?
Basically you. Cheeseburger.
Yeah, footlongs. Buy one, get one free, baby.
Right up your alley there.
Hit the
right up something.
Couldn't even get out a great fucking opening. It's just Chicago's fucking.
At least, and I didn't even get to tell a dad joke.
Oh
my
dude.
God, the fucking world weeps.
No, I know, man. I know. I actually like his dad joke. Cheer me up, buddy. Give me one. Hit me.
All right, so I got to tell you about this. So y'all know, I went into Chicago the day before we came down for the live show, and so I met this really nice woman on out while I was out in the city with the wife and the kid and stuff. Only thing was that she had one leg and her name was Eileen.
Was that good for you, Shawn?
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Shawn is laughing because he knows a damn one-legged bitch in Chicago named Eileen.
Yeah,
Shawn's down there. You know her too?
How do you think she only has one leg?
Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, there is no scissoring with somebody with just one leg. It's a broken scissor.
Yes, there is. It's just easy. Less chance of getting cut. And they can't run away, dude. What are they going to do, run away?
All right. Talking about wanting to run away.
Roll fast.
Is this where you want to be when Jesus comes back? Talking about a one-legged lady in Chicago?
Dude.
Bro, Jesus is ashamed of all of us at this point.
And to be completely honest with you, after the week I've had, I'm not sure he's even fucking paying attention, so it really don't fucking matter to me.
Dude, I've seen this thing on TikTok. This guy was talking about he saw a person take a shit in the freaking front lawn of somebody, and this person thought it was their dog that took a shit, so they went to go pick it up. He said that he couldn't sleep for a week when he saw that, and the person was like, "Well, why? Is it because you couldn't imagine picking it up like human shit?" He goes, "No, dude. I saw that and it confirmed to me that God really isn't looking out for us, dude. You let me pick up pieces of human fucking shit and you're not fucking watching us.
Welcome to my world, buddy. It's just one big pile in the yard after another.
Oh, dude. You have weeks like that, Sometimes you have days where it's just, you're picking up shit outside and you don't know what it is.
I've shit in somebody's yard before.
You fucking animal. I knew you did.
I'm not surprised by that revelation.
I've shit on the hood of somebody's car before.
I'm not surprised by that revelation either.
I have done that.
And I have done that. I shit in the back of a bread delivery truck one time as well.
Man, this bread smells like shit.
It's a fresh loaf right out of the oven.
I'm not proud of that one. I'm not super proud of that one, but
shit happens.
Much.
Man, this episode's already going to shit.
We are shooting shit. We are going to get off of shit and kind of talk about last weekend, man. If you guys were fortunate to join us for the 3 hours that we gave you pure gold, where we didn't shit the bed, I thought we had a good show, man. It was a nice 3 hours at Copeland's Bar and Grill in Manteno, Illinois, where we did our first live watch-along of WWE's Premium Live show known as Survivor Series. Gentlemen, what did you guys think of the weekend?
Man, it was everything I had wanted it to be, and then some. I mean, Josh and his staff were great, so kudos to shout out to them for that. I mean, we had some interaction. Seemed like the people that were watching the show with us were enjoying themselves and stuff. And like you said, let's hope this isn't this was a one and done thing. Let's hope for we get to do this again sometime.
Nice. Jody, how about you, man? Since you got a different experience than we did, you were actually home based for this one.
I was. I was really happy that show wasn't a fucking AEW show, because that shit would have been 5.5 hours and I would have fucking checked out. I would have been like, "Fuck y'all, I'm going to bed." No, it was really, really great because like the show, like kind of the Survivor Series was real fucking to the point, man. Kept flowing, kept going. The only downside is I was on a fucking delay other than you guys, because I was watching on Peacock. You guys actually had the pay-per-view stream at the bar. But I thought it was really fun. It was great. The show was definitely good, and the swerve ending was fantastic.
We're going to get into that in a minute. That's the next topic of the night. Silver Wolf with the silver hair. What you think, Bubba?
To be completely honest with you, man, just for reasons out of my control, I really didn't remember a lot. I remember most of the day, like when you guys got here and hanging out with Jerry, which Jerry, thank you so much for showing up, man. It meant the world to all of us. I got a chance to really, spend some time with him and catch up. It's been a long time since I talked to him, so that was really cool. The food was
that's
great.
why we were setting up, Jovan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, Joe doesn't know that's another story. I'll tell you, Joe, in a little bit.
Yeah, whatever, dude. I was outside talking to Jerry smoking when they decided they wanted to set up, and I'm like, I just lit a cigar, and Dennis goes, "Come here, we need you."
For the actual reason why we were there, Joey. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you did a great job. I was real happy with it. I pretty much had to watch it all back on Sunday because I didn't really remember a lot of it. I had a lot of fun, and I do know that we're going to be going back. So we've already got the invite to be back for Royal Rumble in January, I believe.
Yep.
So in the meantime,
look at us being all successful and shit.
Right?
No, man. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of good feedback. The great thing was like everybody that walked, all the servers and all the girls that worked there and everybody who walked in, they were coming in. Some of them just kind of standing there watching us do our thing and watching the show, and everybody that I talked to that night after you guys left said, like you guys looked like you were having a good time. They were pretty impressed with the way we handled ourselves. And Josh, of course, kicked ass. And I was so happy that he was a part of it. He got to be
for as long as
pretty much the entire. Yeah, he was there for most of the show. I think he stepped out during Zoe Stark and Rhea Ripley. I'm not 100% sure about that.
I think I went to go take a shit then.
But yeah, man. I mean, Josh was a great host. We the servers took real good care of us. DDJ still owes a tip to one of the waitresses, so we're gonna make sure that gets taken care of.
Absolutely, I'm waiting for that information. I've been asking you.
I'll get it. I'm gonna get it for you this weekend, buddy.
Get it for me this weekend.
No, dude, it was
some money.
It was a good time. The bar was pretty packed with kids by the time we were done. So we literally spent most of the rest of the night just sitting in that room and just, us three and Jerry and Josh just sitting around the table, having a couple drinks and just talking wrestling, talking life, just joking, having a good time. And Gabby was there, and that was great for her to sit there and be a part of it. And that was awesome. So, I mean, I enjoyed it, man. I'm glad we're going to get a chance to do it again. And I'm looking into getting some sponsors and stuff so we can get some money raised up so we can increase our equipment so Javon don't have to work so hard getting us set up next time.
So one thing,
sound better.
It's a good time.
So one thing I want to add to this is that, y'all know my wife isn't a real big wrestling fan, but she watched a good portion of the live show. And we were talking about this when I got home on Sunday. She actually expressed interest in coming down with me for the next time we do this and actually possibly coming on and stuff. So I think that won her over because she kind of liked, and said she'd like to be a part of the next one that we do.
No, that's awesome, man. Good.
She's a hot one fan. You could tell me. It's okay.
Yeah, dude. It's okay.
Oh my God. Get over yourself. You got one fan.
Just tell her, hey, let her know I'm going to text her the belts so she can bring me. She can box them up. I'm only going to take 3, one for me, one for Jovan, and one for Joey. You guys let me know which ones you want.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
Well,
so that's more important than this other shit. So who's getting which one?
I don't know. I kind of want I would like to get the Smoking Skull belt because it's really the only one that I'm chasing right now.
Can you put your
because the other ones are more
giant head down so I can see the wall there?
Yeah, you can look at the wall. We're doing some shopping, man. Move.
Yeah, we're scouting things out now. But
you're ruining my Christmas.
There's an Intercontinental. There's the Big Eagle. He's got the AEW over there. There's a lot of Ring of Honor belts up there.
I know. That's why I'm trying to learn. What Ring of Honor belts are that, DJ?
I got the original Women of Honor Championship.
Uh-huh.
I got a 6-man, and then
do you put that on when you want to feel pretty?
Yep,
I do. I do like the TV title too.
Yeah, the TV title's pretty iconic.
Yeah,
and I think you got an NWA, right? The 10 pounds of gold.
No, I do not have that.
You don't have that one?
No.
Yet. I
want
that one too.
Do you finally run out of money?
Can I get the white belt?
You want the white Intercontinental?
Yeah, I like the look of that belt, man.
Yeah, well, dude, I got one of those, but I got one of those. It's right there.
Yeah.
But mine's signed by Gold Dust.
Gold Dust.
Yeah.
Well,
my dream is to get Cody to sign if I can get Cody to sign the other side, that would be fucking cool.
Oh, I bet you can make that happen.
Yeah, you just need to get ringside seats at a house show that he's going to be at. He's dying for everybody.
Well, fuck him. And, there's that one kid that made out like a bandit on Monday Night Raw, got autographs from Orton and Cody.
Yeah, that little bastard.
Little prayer.
You know what, though, Sean? I'm going to hit on something real quick that you had talked about a second ago, man, when you were giving your recap of our live show with maybe looking for sponsors for the next one, man. And put it out there right now. If you guys want to sponsor Shootin Shit, we'll be more than happy to put your logo on some of our promotional items that we'll have ready for the next time that we actually do a live. So it will be a fair amount of good promotions. If you watch the actual show, we promoted the hell out of Copeland's Bar and Grill while we were there for 3 hours. We put over
food was awesome, by the way.
We put over the drinks, the wait staff. Our waitress, top notch, great lady.
She was awesome.
That Dennis Stifter.
Oh,
totally stiffed her. Totally stiffed her. And he ate 2 dinners, and he's still stiffed her. You know,
dinners.
It was an appetizer and dinner.
Dude, they went and got you your own fucking dino nuggies, you shit. And
They
you
are.
No, they didn't. They ran out of dino nuggies.
And you couldn't
damn it.
throw an extra $2 fucking.
I didn't have any cash on me.
Cheap bastard.
he was like, I don't have no cash.
know.
I was like, there's an ATM like right there. But
That ATM was not
he was just
working.
like,
Yeah. But like I'm saying, if you guys want to sponsor the show for when we do our live outings, let us know. You can contact any of us. All of our information is on the show description.
I'm a whore. I'll wear anything you send. I'll fucking
I'll fuck anything you said.
I didn't know where you was going with that for a second there.
I'll wear anything you send. I'll put some fucking stickers on my asshole if you want. I don't care. Whatever product you got, we'll show the fuck out of it.
Well, we also got. Oh, go ahead.
I don't care if it's FDA approved or not. I don't care. I don't care what port of customs it came through, dog. You got some shit and we like it, and you're gonna sponsor us. I'll show the fuck out of it. Let's go.
Here comes Joey K's spot for generic dick pills and royal jelly.
Yeah.
I can't
FDA
wait.
stands for fuck them assholes.
Devon, don't forget we also have eventually launching soon online Superpowers Comics.
We do have Superpowers comics coming very, very soon, gentlemen. So once Jimmy has that fully going, we'll have to see what he was going to do with that, man. A lot of cool things coming up with that in the future. But I wanted to hit one other thing real quick before I give my take on the show, man. Shawn, I know there's some places that you frequented that actually sponsored some things in the last show.
Yeah, Dark Horse Tattoo 17. My man Nestor, he just touched me up with a little bit of ink. I'm sorry I can't really show you guys, but it's new. Does great work, custom tattoos. You don't walk in the shop and pick something off the wall, man. He just draws it up for you. He's an amazing artist, and I was more than happy to shout him out. And Big Fella's Mobile Cigar Lounge, they actually they cut a snippet from the show and posted it on their TikTok.
Oh shit.
So you can not only do you see it on our TikTok, but you can see it on their TikTok too, which is awesome. So they're pumping us up, and they were really, really happy with the response that they got. And we have added followers from Big Fella's Mobile Cigar Lounge to our TikTok. So we need somebody to do our TikToks. So somebody please help us do our TikToks. That would be awesome.
If you're looking into the holiday season for a charity, I want you to help the 4 of us sad fucking old degenerates out of the kindness of your wonderful heart, because we don't have the time, ability, some of us mental capacity to handle any of this.
That's me. He's talking about me.
So we'd appreciate a little holiday miracle from anybody who is smart with the TikTok.
Yeah.
Or at least just has the time to do it.
If you if you're down with the talk, man, just let us know. We could use the
hey,
you're down with the tick or the talk.
There's a free t-shirt in it for you, a possible title belt, and
we'll shout you out.
Maybe a hand job.
I would say like maybe a Mick Foley Big Eagle.
No way. That
one's
one's
right
staying
over
with
DDJ's shoulder. That would be a possibility.
Yeah. You'll be added to the rotation
signed,
of choosing one of Dennis's belts that we're going to take from him.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah. As soon as he's in the ground, you got one, baby.
I love how y'all are like just anxious for me to die. Like, don't give a fuck about my life or anything like that. You just want me to die.
I wouldn't say
that.
Well, dude. And I was pretty clear.
I just feel like
there's probably a divorce coming and you get kicked out and we're getting the belts.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's either the divorce. You don't have to die necessarily, but when you get divorced, but how I picture it is,
I love you. I don't want you to die.
Me, Jovan, Joey, and Jerry, we're carrying your casket to the hole to All American Boys, and
wearing your belts.
Wearing your belts, and then as fast as we can let that go. we're heading to the basement, baby. We're just gonna start picking shit out. And be like,
put it like
I'll have
this.
a tear. I'll have tears running down my face.
A tear in my eye.
I always wanted that.
With a tear in my eye. Hey, guys, with a tear in my eye, fuck you all.
Hey, man, fuck you. I was at one of my best friend's funerals this year, and his family brought all his entire record collection. So after the service, everybody just got to go through and divvy up his entire record collection.
I remember you
telling
me.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but were you talking about that before your friend passed?
Probably.
Well, he didn't know. He didn't know it was an option till
he's
now.
a musician, so I'm sure he was.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I was the asshole though, and I did
motherfucker.
I did make the joke though. I did make the joke when I was there. I was like, "Yo, a couple of these are probably mine that he stole anyway, so he's gonna get them back."
Did you get them back?
Yeah, DJ, we're just joking.
No, I know you are. I'm just going along with it. I know you are.
I was about to say, because if anything, that's not the song that would be going down when you're going down. It would have to be probably the Freebirds, Backstreet USA.
No.
And by the way, when I do die,
long sideburns and my hair slicked back.
By the way, just for you three, when I die, I want them to bury me face down so y'all can kiss my ass.
God, you are sticker.
There ain't a hole deep enough to cover up that ass, brother. You are a big dude. They'd have to go 2 feet deeper. Now, if they bury you head first,
like if your ass is up out of the ground, I am planting something in it. We're gonna grow a fucking tree out of your asshole, out of your dead asshole.
No, it's gonna be an oak. No, it's not gonna be a peach tree. That'd be gentle. We're gonna put an oak seed in that son of a bitch to see how big it gets.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, to get back on track and to get out of the ass talk, I enjoyed our time at Copeland.
I'm an ass man.
I enjoyed our time at Copeland's Bar and Grill on Saturday while we were watching Survivor Series in Manteno, Illinois. It was nice, man. Jerry was an amazing live fan of the show. Very cool to meet up with him for the first time. We've talked a lot, but it was like the first time actually meeting him in person, so that was pretty cool. Hats off to Copeland's. They took care of us, and it wasn't even a question. There wasn't no second guessing. As you probably have guessed, Twinkle Toes up there forgot to bring cash. So obviously some things were comped for the talent for being there, and they're very gracious for doing that. But our experience as a whole, man, with the exception of us having to be Sean's bitches for a minute, was really nice, dude. We had a great place to set up.
I love that area. That was really nice.
It don't matter how many shows we do, they're always going to bring that shit up. Fucker. I fucking hate you both.
Hey, this was the first show since. But the crowd there, actually, some of the servers that stopped in and some of the people that were watching, they were getting into the shows. And
man, it was a good time.
The interaction during was pretty fucking awesome, especially towards the end where, we'll go ahead and just dive back into it. For those of you who didn't watch spoilers, we did get 2 returns at the end of the night. Mr. Randy Orton returned.
3, bitch.
3. Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, 2 main ones. What?
The fucking former NWA heavyweight champ of the world.
Yeah.
They gave that belt to everybody. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh my God.
You're right.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Dude, let me say this.
Future Hall of Famer.
That belt lost all credibility when they put it on Fat Ass. So
who's one of the most loved superstars in all of pro wrestling today?
It's R-Truth.
Yeah.
Santino Marella. Santino Marella. The Blue Meanie.
Oh God.
Mick Foley. There's 3
Dude,
right
that
there.
Is spot on, DDJ. You are. Oh my God.
He could be meanie for Halloween.
Oh, he's got the half shirt.
I bet he does. I bet
it's most of my. It's
He does.
most
He
of my
puts it
old
on when he
shirts that I'm too fat for.
he puts it on when he wants to feel pretty.
I feel personally attacked because I got a lot of shirts I'm too fat for. Fuck.
Well, let's not attack each other. There was 3 returns. R-Truth came back.
Hell yeah.
Doing his thing, man. Being
He's
R-Truth.
still coming back.
I think R-Truth though was funnier on Monday night, dude. His interaction with Jelly Roll was hilarious.
Yes.
But getting to the ones that actually are in ring and we care about, Randy Orton.
Care about R-Truth.
You care about everybody. We've already.
Yes, I do.
But
I love y'all.
Keith Orton is back in the WWE, looking like $1 million fucking bucks.
Dude, he looks better than ever.
Gentlemen, how do you book Randy Orton going now into this Mania season? What do you do with him?
You send him to SmackDown and let him take out everybody.
Keep in mind, this might be his last run because they've been asking him to retire.
I think if the question has now been answered, who can take the belt off Roman Reigns? Randy Orton can take the belt off Roman Reigns.
Really?
That it's believable. It's legitimate. He looks like $1 million. He has not missed a step. He's one of the most naturally gifted professional wrestlers I have ever fucking seen. And he's just sick enough with his character that if he went over, he started RKO and Solo and Jimmy, and let's be honest, Jimmy's done. You know, one too many DUIs. He's the bitch of the group now. You know, I could very easily see him sliding into SmackDown, dropping RKOs on everybody and getting a shot at Roman and possibly taking him out. I mean, if there's anybody legitimate left other than him, I'm willing to hear it.
I gotta stop you on that because I know it's been a while since he's been there, but about 1.5 years ago, that shit was already happening, and wasn't believable then. Why is it going to be now after the guy's surgically fucking repaired and hanging on by a thread?
Exactly.
Can't
did you see? That. Okay, so did you see his physicality 1.5 years ago compared to now? That is the longest stretch this man's had out of the ring since he started. He has nonstop work for 18, 19, how many years? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but he had career-ending surgery. He's been out of the ring.
Yeah,
it's been a while because he had career-ending type surgery.
I tell you what, if his career's ended, he sure as shit didn't look like it because he came back.
He looked
stronger
like
in his upper body and much better. Dude, go look at a picture of him from 3 years ago and look at a picture of him right now today. Put them side by side and look at it.
I think you're a little off in your years.
He is. Yeah, I mean, 2 years, 3 years. I mean, 2020. I seen a video of him today from 2020, and he looked like a fucking teenager. You know, pretty skinny, not as stout, and now he is I mean, he's had 18 months of rehab and weights and conditioning, just getting ready to be back in the ring. Yeah. He might not have 2, 3, 4 years. And you're right. Surgically repaired back. He could be fucked up at any moment, at any time. But right now, he's still Randy Orton. He's just a bigger, stronger Randy Orton.
I don't know, dude. I don't want to see Randy go after Roman because to me, I need my feel-good story. I need Cody Rhodes to get it from Roman. I need that story finished. Will it happen?
Dude, and I'd love to see Cody do it too.
I still think
but I don't know if that is going to.
I still think he does.
Yeah, if they would have done it, it would have been last year. Would have been the best build up everything to it. Right now, no.
I think with Orton and WrestleMania, I mean, it's surprisingly tricky because and I won't say too much because we're still going to talk about the other return, and I'm going to give my take on what I think his plans for WrestleMania will be. I don't know if I necessarily can think of anybody for Randy Orton at Mania. But what I would like to see is I would like to see Cody finish the story at Mania. Then, like the night after on Raw or whatever, Randy Orton turns heel and he's the first guy to challenge Cody.
Okay. Jody?
I don't give a fuck. I mean, like we're talking like we're like it's Mania. It's not, because we still have to get to the Royal Rumble, and that's the end of January.
Yeah,
So there's nothing set in stone. We don't know who else is coming around, who else is going to be in the mix. So it's kind of pointless, and it doesn't make any sense. It's all bullshit.
Well, that's why the question was, how do you build him going into Mania season?
You don't have to. He doesn't need to beat Roman. He's not going to beat Roman because he's not believable to beat Roman because he can't. They're not going to put him over, and that's that. I don't give a fuck about his 43-year-old surgically repaired body looking so much better than he did 2 fucking years ago in fucking, COVID WWE where there was fucking video boards on the screen. I don't give a shit about that either. He's not the guy. He's not the one. They're not going to put it on him. That's that. That it's just never going to happen. And he doesn't fucking need it. If it's his last run, why does he need another title run? He's been the champ so many fucking times. He's won all the titles. He's done everything. This is his fucking victory lap. He's going to go have feuds with the guys that he wants to have feuds with, work with who he wants to work with, have some fun, and call it a fucking day. So he's done there. The whole thing, too, is, and this will tie into the next return, is this. It's all different now. We can't be thinking like the same way that this shit's been for years. This is a whole different fucking company.
Yeah.
How many years have they had the
That's
option?
a good point.
How many years have they had the option to do the return like they did with Punk? Dude, they had the fucking copyright logo up. The show was over. And literally the internet has nothing but videos of people like, I guess Punk's not coming back. I'll turn this off. And then all of a sudden his music hits after the show. They should have been off air. That's how good of a swerve it was. So just that alone says this isn't the same shit. Like, I mean, I have no idea. But Randy doesn't need another title, and he doesn't need to be the guy to beat Roman. Plus, they need 100% pure, true, through and through babyface to complete that storyline anyway, and that's not Randy Orton. This babyface bullshit right now, this is like the big fucking warm welcome home pop. We haven't seen you in a year and a half. We're happy you're here. And then he's going to be kicking some old lady's fucking face in. And that's that. And I'm okay with that. That's the Randy everybody wants anyway. If I got to hear that stupid fucking music one more time of his, because I hate his fucking theme song, he might as well be his theme song. He might as well be a fucking heel. You're so white when you say that. I mean,
I don't give a fuck, man.
That is the most white, sad rock.
Well, that's because that's the one thing me and that motherfucker have in common. Besides the both that we're good looking and tattooed, I hear voices in my head all the fucking time. That's why I like the song. I can relate to it. It's a personal thing. It ain't just because the music is cool. Or whatever, and fuck you, dude.
You missed the point. The music is not cool whatsoever. It's the most fucking generic 2005 rock shit ever, and it makes me want to fucking beat my nuts against this table with a fucking hammer. That's how good it is. I just want to fucking smash my own testicles. It was a ball.
I just want to send you a hammer just so I can see you do it.
I'll fucking do it.
For Christmas.
You do that. You do that.
Well, maybe this would be a good time to
start
a Patreon or something.
I'm not fucking done yet.
No,
you
we're
meatballs.
Not. He's not done, dude.
I'm not fucking done.
Go ahead.
So, Randy Orton can fucking feud with a broomstick if he wants to, and it's gonna fucking be good. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
You're absolutely right about that. I agree with you 100%.
And he's that fucking good. And yeah, I'll agree with you, Sean. He fucking looks great. He was moving fantastic, but you know how I feel. You're in the fucking Sting category now, where it's just like,
yeah,
I don't want to see you get paralyzed in the ring, bud. It's scary.
No, I get that, man. I do. I get it. No, I do, and I think that's one of the best qualities about you is like you're. Like most of us, we're just glad he's back. And your biggest concern is why the fuck did you come back, dude, when you could walk away and still be healthy? And I respect the shit out of that.
And I'm torn because I think Randy Orton is probably, and look, there's an argument for a lot of people, particularly one in John Cena, but who else has done and been WWE for 20 years? Like you said, the longest he's been off was for this surgery and this injury. Even when he fucking went back in the early days, when what was it, his elbow or shoulder?
His shoulder.
It was the
Yeah,
shoulder
that was
surgery.
early. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like his rookie
Like his-
season
Yeah.
And they had
His rookie year,
the
yeah.
fucking Randy
in
News.
WWE on the major. Yeah,
Yeah. And they had the fucking Randy News deal where he was on there with the fucking sling every
Yep.
week, counting down his injury, going over his rehab. And like even then, like he wasn't even away from the product after surgery. He was still there and involved.
yeah.
So like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a long time. So like I enjoy that. I'm happy he's back, but there is that big part of me that's still like, God damn, man, as much as
I get it.
as selfishly as I love watching Randy perform and do what he does, because he legit is one of the best.
Yeah,
I mean, did you see the fucking
ever. Yeah,
I just watched a little clip of it. I guess Seth was talking about the fucking Mania RKO, right?
Yeah.
And he was
yeah,
like,
yeah. Watch that. Yeah,
yeah, and he's talking about how we had this idea. All right, let's try it, and they couldn't get it right. And then in the match, they're like, "Fuck it, go for it, let's do it."
Let's
And
do
it came out as one of the probably, in my opinion, one of the top 3 ones that he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it worked out so good.
Yeah,
And,
that
like,
is that the one where he was so excited he like forgot the pinning?
yeah,
He was like-
he didn't pin him, and
He was talking about Seth was saying he was so excited that he had it. It took him forever to pin me, and the rest like pin him.
Yeah, and that shit looked so cool. Like it looked so effortless. And
Oh,
so
it
good.
was, man.
And watch what was the show, DDJ, that was on wasn't it called like Villains or something or some shit like that?
Evil.
Yeah.
Evil. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. And
Evil.
his episode
Yeah,
was
it's on
so
Jack.
fucking good. But here's the thing: listen to what guys say about him. Listen to what like Triple H, and of course, you know, Triple H and him are friendly and all that stuff. But they're talking about him from the early days where he was a fucking asshole. Because Randy, you know,
He was immature.
he was immature. He was a fucking
legit.
He was a piece of shit. You know, whatever. But they all said the
Said
same thing
about Shawn Michaels.
Like Rick said it, Triple H said it. That kid just had it, and it was so fucking effortless for him that he could go fuck off. And you know, while everybody else is working hard, he'll just roll into the ring, have a fucking 25-minute match, make it look like $1 million with zero effort, and just go fuck off for the rest of the night. He doesn't care. Like that's how good he's always been. And even now, like in his, you know, I mean, he's what, 43 now, right?
Yeah,
somewhere in there. Yeah,
he's like
he's my age,
43, coming off one of the fucking toughest surgeries, you know, for a pro wrestler to have. You know, like the guy looks like $1 million. So go out there, have fun, let him work with whoever he wants to, but he doesn't need a fucking title at this point. Or to end that story.
I don't know, and I'm not. Yeah, I'm not going to argue that with you. I mean, I understand that. I think it's a great take.
Yeah, man, I'm with Joey K on this one, you guys. I don't see him needing another title right now. He's had the type of career that he could walk away today, and you're still gonna say he was one of the top guys. This is Hall of Famer, first ballot.
Yep.
Legacy kind of guy. Nothing is gonna push him over that, right?
I got a question. I got a question for Joey K. You mentioned about the WrestleMania 31 RKO being in your top 3. Where would you rank the one that he gave to JD McDonough at War Games? Would you put that in your top 3 or?
It's top 5 probably.
Okay.
I mean, it was a huge pop, man. But yeah, Evan Bourne, the one with Evan Bourne.
That's number 1. Hands down, number 1.
Yeah.
And my honorable mention is not even an RKO, but when he dropped that motherfucker on the table and he bounced off of his neck and he was like,
"Oh, dude, I love."
One of the Bollywood boys,
Randy Orton moments.
Yeah, one of the Bollywood boys, I believe.
He did you know he did that to Dom Monday night? So he's kind of added that to his moveset now too. So it's part of you know what I mean. Like he does Dom. Well, let me ask you. I want to ask the 3 of you this because this just came into my head. We're talking about his in-ring ability or whatever. I actually have been watching a lot of wrestling this week because it calms me down. And the more Randy Orton I watched this week, which I've watched a lot, I I'm kind of wondering where you guys think he falls, because I kind of want to, if HBK is the standard, right? If he's, even Ric Flair said HBK is the best in-ring worker, period, bar none. I don't, is Randy Orton this generation's HBK? I mean, do you know anybody that's doing it like he does? I mean, would you put him in the same category as a Shawn Michaels?
I don't know if I would, because I feel like with Shawn Michaels, I mean, Orton really didn't have much of an aerial game. I mean, he was more ground based and everything, whereas Michaels would kind of, he did a little bit more, of everything. So I don't know if I would necessarily.
No, I understand what you're that's a style question. I'm not talking about his style. Okay. I'm talking about the way, the fluidity, the natural athleticism, his ability to tell a story, carry a match, work with anybody. I'm not talking about like Shawn Michaels style versus his style of wrestling. I'm just talking about him as a performer. Is he on the level of HBK?
Well, thank you for first off apologizing for misinterpreting your question, but the way you explained it to me, I gotta say, yeah, I think he is.
I think he's his generation's HBK.
Yeah,
because current generation has another HBK. So I think he's his generation, which I'm gonna lump into a little bit in that ruthless aggression era.
Mm-hmm.
He's that era's HBK. Present day is the Miz.
Ooh.
Okay. Wow.
I was gonna say the present day for me would be Seth, for sure.
I'm stacking Miz's longevity, his injury record, his ability to make people such as the celebrities look great. I'm leaning Miz.
I get what you're saying. For me though, like, you can't compare. I just like HBK is light years ahead of Miz as far as an in-ring performer. But what Miz does and his ability to like, I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not the fucking TV guy anymore. He hasn't been that guy for years. Like, I mean, he's definitely earned the respect and the right to call himself a superstar, 2-time Grand Slam champion. Pretty much will work with anybody. He's not one of those guys that picks and chooses his opponents. You ask him to do something, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
Great ambassador for the company. Great heel. Pretty good baby face. And he had a great match with Gunther. I mean, it was a pretty good match. I think that's one of the best matches he's had with a, in-ring in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, he has good matches, but I think the story he told with Gunther was pretty good, man. I mean, there was a moment there where I thought maybe,
and that's what's so good about Gunther, is because every match he has with, like, you go back to the stuff we had with Chad Gable, there's always a point where you feel like, oh my God, he's going to lose the title here. But then it just, and it's old school.
What do you think, Joey?
It's just his strength as a performer, man.
I mean, I can't argue with the take of the Miz. I mean, I would say it was Seth, but I mean, I get what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense. Is he the fucking, flash and style of an HBK, which I do think you have to count a little bit into? No, he's not.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the fucking career he's had, out of fucking nowhere, really. I mean, the guy's a reality TV star to, I want to be a pro wrestler and, fucking live your dream, bro. That's awesome.
And earned it. Earned every fucking bit of it.
And I'm going to say this, and I know, there's a lot of argument, especially nowadays, obviously with a guy like MJF. Who's better on the fucking mic than the Miz?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the Miz with the freedom that MJF has?
We'd get that talking smack promo every time.
Oh yeah. Yep. I mean, and
that talking smack promo was like, that flipped a switch in him. I mean, he was good.
Yeah.
But when a man looks at you in real life and says you're a coward, And your response is, yeah. I mean, and that kind of really like he was on the downside. Like I felt like he was losing momentum, and then that talking smack promo happened, and it's been nothing but ever since. Like it put him in a different gear altogether. I agree with you.
Now for Randy's generation, think about the people that they had though. I mean, obviously the elephant in the room for everything is like you have Cena, who was his generation's Hogan essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So in that same grouping, though, you also had Randy, who his generation's HBK. I 100% can agree with that. And then you got him like those two sandwiched in between two of the probably best monsters, of their generation, in Batista and Lesnar.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, like, and if you want to get deeper, how about you got Shelton Benjamin, right?
God,
Who
criminally underrated.
And who's this generation Shelton Benjamin? I'll tell you who I think it is. Swerve.
Oh, I hope not. I hope not. Shelton's great, but Swerve, I hope is a main eventer soon.
That's the thing. Shelton was never going to get main event level where in that company at that time.
Yeah.
But I'm talking how he works, how fucking criminally underrated they were for years.
Yeah.
Because Swerve's been too.
Yeah.
He's only really fucking breaking that out now. Where you see this like kind of change where people are like, oh shit, I didn't know he was that good.
Yeah.
And he has been for a while. Same thing with Shelton Benjamin. He's that guy where he's so fucking good, but just like nobody was really like giving him just that little bit of time to shine.
Yeah.
So good on Swerve that he gets that chance now. He's fucking looked at as top star at this point.
Called himself the gold standard, man. Fucking Shelton Benjamin was the gold standard.
And he was. He definitely was. Criminally underrated.
So
we'll have to do an underrated show one day and pull these guys out.
So you can go down the list.
I agree.
Yeah, I'll agree. Randy, I would say is his generation's HBK. Just in that overall, goddamn, like he can make anybody look like $1 million. And he has,
and he can also make anybody look like an ass.
It's true.
At any moment in time, if he wants to fucking make you look stupid, dude, he can make you look fucking stupid without even breaking a sweat.
Mm-hmm.
He's just that good.
Well, ladies, let's transition into our possible last thing now for the evening. Charles Manford Punk is back into the WWE. How do you book Punk going forward? I know you guys are Punk fans. I'll let you guys take this one.
I mean, the obvious choice is Randy. Is Seth. I mean, but I think this. You're not going to see it for Rumble. You're going to see that Seth and Punk is a Mania type match, and I don't think and fuck the title in it. Who cares? You have a built-in feud / grudge match that can steal a show any night of Mania just in the fucking hype alone, because people are like, oh, they really hate each other. But
which they don't. That's awesome. They do.
And look, and that's the thing. Even if they don't agree and see eye to eye on stuff, the thing about them, they're gonna do business.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is because of where they're working right now and how much exactly DJ. The last thing Punk said on Monday night, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money.
Make friends. I'm here to make money.
And I think that was everybody was giving Punk shit about the Raw promo and how, look how PG it is, how tame it is. He's saying all the fucking, WWE type shit. That was on purpose. When has Punk ever done a promo that didn't have some major purpose behind it? And for something that sounded super generic, there was purpose behind that. And I think it was number one, I'm here. Everybody knows I'm here, and don't be fucking fooled. Yes, WWE is going to keep a much tighter fucking lockdown on Punk and anything that happens backstage than AEW could ever dream of doing, because Tony Khan doesn't run shit. You know, is it fucking ironic that, you know, after Punk shows up at Survivor Series, now all of a sudden it's like, well, Bryan Danielson was the head of the fucking disciplinary committee. Really, dude? Really? You're the owner of a fucking company, and you're putting wrestlers in charge of everything. This is the shit that people have been saying. The inmates run the asylum there. I mean, come on. But besides that, I think that return, Punk's going to have his last run. Punk's going to work with Seth next. And he also has, other things to do there. You know, there's got plenty of options, but I think the big money, the big draw right now, Seth Rollins, everybody knows it. Everybody can see it heading in that direction. And that's what we're going to get. And I'm for it, man. I want to see fucking Punk in WWE. I want to see him wrestle and just wrestle. Enough with the bullshit, man.
So yeah, like basically Joey K and I are on the same page here. I think we're gonna get Rollins versus Punk as your main event for night one of Mania. But see, the thing is with Punk being back, the best part about this is if Punk is, if Punk has changed like he said he did in the beginning of that promo, and he does business with WWE, it's a win-win-win for everybody. You know, Punk wins, the WWE wins because they get, more money pumping in the system, and the fans win because they're going to get to see this guy they never thought they'd see. And it really puts WWE in a position going into WrestleMania where they've got a lot of options to play around with. Like, I don't think I've seen a main event, their main event guys as many as they have, because I mean, you got Punk, possibly Orton, you got Cody, you got Roman, you've got, Seth, and you've got Sammy and KO. And I mean, it's so good. And it's just this WrestleMania, especially with the inclusion of Punk now being in the picture, has a chance to potentially be one of, if not the greatest WrestleManias of all time.
Wolfman Jack, what say you?
That's an interesting take, DJ. I like that.
Thank you.
So first I'm going to start with the question. Anybody ever have a red hot relationship? I mean, just like the chick was so fucking hot. The sex was great. Everything was perfect. Like when you look back on it, you wish you could have made that work, but shit got toxic and you just fought all the fucking time. It was just brutal. So you walked away from it because you just couldn't fucking deal with it anymore.
I can't.
Right?
Yeah.
But then 3-4 years go down the road. You go 3-4 years down the road and you're in this vanilla relationship with this girl you really like. And your mind goes back to that fucking crazy hot redhead that just tore your ass up. That's Punk in WWE, folks. When he says he's home, and here's what I mean. Working under Vince McMahon couldn't have been easy. We know that. There's plenty of people who didn't have his ear. If your name wasn't Taker, Cena, Austin, Rock, Hogan, he was going to throw you crumbs. He was going to make you promises. Sometimes he could deliver them. Sometimes he couldn't. But for the most part, Vince was about business. I actually spent some time this week. I have never, ever until this week listened to Colt Cabana's podcast. Not a fan of Colt Cabana. I just figured his podcasting was probably a lot like his wrestling, kind of mid, as Joey would say. But I pulled up and listened to the CM Punk podcast, the one they all got sued over.
Mm-hmm.
When I listen to that, what I hear is somebody who basically was in love with the business, got to the top. His body broke down. He was tired. he wanted to enjoy time off, but because of the position he was in, he was really not allowed to, because that's what, when you're carrying the belt, that's what they expect of you. Injured or not, you show up. When it got to the point where he couldn't go on anymore, and he just decided, I'm not happy anymore, I got to go. All the frustration of that relationship poured out. He took a break. He's gone. Years go by. He decides to come back, and, of course, I'm not going to go back to WWE. That's where I got sick. So I'm going to go sign with AEW, this new upstart. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to make money. I'm going to have opportunities to work with younger talent. I'm going to be able to help, encourage, push, work with great wrestlers that I want to work with. And then he walks in the door, and this bitch is crazier than the bitch he left. There's no rules. There's no accountability. There's no structure. There's no production. There's nobody there that knows what's going on. It's fly by the seat of your pants, the same way it was for Kevin Nash and Scott Hall and all those guys who left WCW or WWF and went down to WCW. The one thing they said was, they couldn't even make coffee in that place because everything was so out of control and disorganized and crazy. Of course he came back to WWE. And I'm sure he is happy to be home. I'm sure when he walked in there, he walked in and went, man, here I can just be CM Punk. All I got to do is wrestle and work, which is what he wants to do anyway. Fuck all these people with it. Was his promo mid, PG, whatever the fuck it was? I don't know. He seemed like pretty sincere and honest to me. And to be completely honest with you, I don't really give a fuck. I'm a Punk fan. I like the way he wrestles. I like his ability to tell stories. I know that he's a fan and passionately loves the history of the business.
Yes, he
and
does.
He's a Chicago guy. And I will go into this in a little bit, but it's one of the reasons why I will fall. I don't give a. This guy could walk into the fucking arena and set the ring on fire and set in the middle of it. I'm still going to watch him work.
The Ring of
Because
Fire.
to me, he's a modern day gladiator. He just don't give a fuck. He's not there for your approval. He don't care. That's why he can work heel or face. You want to cheer him, he's going to smile. You want to boo him, he's going to smile. He just don't care. He don't. And when you have that kind of ability to not give a single fuck what people think, there's nothing that can stop you. You can accomplish anything. And so I don't really, I'm not really, what are they going to do with him? I have no fucking clue. I think he's going to have a feud with Seth. We'll see what happens after that. But I tell you what he is going to do with Triple H running the show. Anything that's said to him, if they say we're going to give you a Mania main event, he's going to get a Mania main event because it's Triple H. He's going to give what. If Triple H says, I'll give you a title run, he's going to get a title run. It's just the difference in what is going on in WWE compared to what is happening in AEW. Jungle Boy still ain't back. Like, he's fucking gone. MIA. No, have you even heard about him? Nothing, right?
Not since All In.
Serena Deeb. She's been having fucking seizures. Have you heard anything about her until she come out with the video? Britt Baker's bitching because she ain't getting time. Everybody there in that fucking that's working under Tony Khan has a bitch, except for the ones who are running the fucking card and the guys that he just signed, Adam Copeland and Ric Flair, and Jeff Jarrett's just glad he ain't fucking sitting at home with Karen all the fucking time. At least if he's got her on the road, he ain't got to talk to her 24/7. So I just,
wow,
home is home, man. My family, the household that I grew up in, I fucking spent as much time away from there as I possibly could. But whenever I went home, I was always glad I was there. And that's just how I look at it. Yeah, it was a fucked up relationship and they both made fucking mistakes. But if you're willing to come back together, make amends, to do business for the right reasons.
Yeah.
They brought back Warrior.
They brought back Brett. They brought back Hogan.
All that. And and just throwing this out there, I've been listening to Busted Open this week because they've been talking a lot about Punk. One of the things that was said today, I think it was by Bully Ray, maybe it was yesterday's 1 hour, I don't remember, but he said he would love to see a match between Punk, Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman right in the middle of all of it. Think about that story.
Yep.
And Curtis Axel.
and Ryback.
Curtis. No, Ryback's done. Yeah, he's done, dude. He's still training to he's getting ready to go into AEW for like the last 3 years. He's been getting ready to. So,
what a tool.
There. That's it. That's what I got. I was glad to see him back. The pop was great. I love the way they did it. And I'm excited to see what happens, man. Yeah, I've always wanted. I didn't ever want him to go, so glad he's back.
Fantastic. I'm not a Punk fan, so I'm not going to give any take on the subject. But what I will do, gentlemen, is I will shift their gears. Since we are right at about a good hour right now, I'm going to shoot us straight into our offshoot, which is our final thoughts, man. Who wants to start up tonight, Dennis?
No, we got fuck that.
Oh,
we got a question to answer.
We got something else.
Right, man. If you guys want to do it, I was going to cut it because of time.
Well, we don't have to go deep into it. I mean, I don't think there's a whole hell of a lot to answer on that, to be honest with you.
All right.
Obvious choice.
Go ahead. Yeah. Let's cut the question to.
No, let's go. Do it.
Rapid fire.
All right. Rapid fire the question then. The question is going to be what the up and coming Iron Claw movie. What is a storyline or real live event in pro wrestling that's happening now that you can see be a movie within the next 20 or so years?
Joey K said it's obvious. I want to hear his answer.
Well, I think the obvious thing has always been some type of movie about the whole Benoit thing. And yes, that there was a movie planned and that it's scrapped because of backlash to it. But and as far as the pro wrestling world, we've actually been already getting this in the Dark Side of the Ring seasons. We've already been kind of seeing all these stories play out. But my thing is this. You remember that period of time in Hollywood where it was like we got fucking Walk the Line, Ray, Jennifer Hudson did the Aretha Franklin movie.
Yep.
You started to get a lot of biopics of people.
Yep.
I think that's what we're going to start seeing with the popularity. I think that we might see from the Iron Claw. I think we're going to see not so much like story or event stuff, but more of like biopics of guys. I mean, and you have a lot to kind of pull from. You got it. Obviously, you start at the top. Who wouldn't pay to see a fucking Ric Flair biopic?
Yep.
Who wouldn't pay to see?
Say that.
Yeah, like
that was my pick. Yeah,
mine too.
I know Chris Hemsworth is already tied to the fucking Hulk Hogan movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But even more than that, look at the popularity of the movie The Wrestler, right?
Great movie.
Fantastic movie.
Great fucking movie. Yeah.
Really, and we know it was pulled a lot, from real life material. Obviously, not a real wrestler and things like that, but there's a lot of similarities.
There's a lot of truth to it.
Right. Which I thought was great, and I love that movie. It's a fantastic movie. But I mean, I think even now, you're gonna tell me you're not gonna see like a fucking John Cena biopic in like 15 years? You definitely can. A movie about The Rock's life, for sure. I mean, we already got we got 3 seasons of a TV show of The Rock's life.
Yeah. Well, you basically already got that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's that more of that. You're gonna see a select group of guys who will get that type of biopic type movie. Fucking Paige, Wrestling With My Family. She got
I was just
that's another good movie.
Yeah. So like it works.
Dusty's story would be good for a movie.
Dusty story would be fucking great. A Terry Funk movie would be fucking awesome. I remember this when WWE released the fucking DVD or Blu-ray of My Name is Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, nowhere around here. I had to drive like a half hour to go fucking find a store that had a copy of it in stock.
Damn.
Because I was so fucking, I wanted to see it so bad.
Yeah, he's in film. Yeah.
And like fucking Paul Heyman's life could be a fucking movie.
Yep.
I mean,
for sure.
All that.
And dude,
shit,
he's gonna go down as the best. Yeah, he's gonna go down as the greatest wrestling manager of all time. Like it's him, Bobby Heenan.
I mean, like I love Taker's Mount Rushmore that he did. My only probably gripe, I would switch out his Captain Lou Albano pick for Classy Freddie Blassie. And mostly because,
was Gary Hart in that top 5?
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gary Hart's in my top 5.
Yeah, I mean, well, he only gave 4. It's Mount Rushmore. So he might have been 5. I don't know.
That's sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Taker's.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. It's 4. I apologize.
Taker's was Heyman, Jim Cornette, Bobby Heenan, and Lou Albano, which is pretty fucking solid.
Yeah.
I'd switch out Albano for Gary Hart. I would, but that's just
me. And I would
that's just a personal,
And for me, like it would be Freddie Blassie because I'm partial to that heel manager. And for me, I know Lou Albano was a heel manager as well too for a while, but his real big popularity hit in that fucking rock and wrestling era.
Yep.
Cyndi Lauper. Yeah.
Right. So for me, I would go more heel and Freddie Blassie in the fucking 70s, early 80s was. I mean.
The Road Warriors would be a great biopic.
Dude, that would be a fucking good one.
That would be a fucking great. I mean, just the stories and then all the issues with Hawk and the manager Paul Ellering, like he was just that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they could do a whole fucking movie about like the AWA and like the fucking mid to late 80s,
all of it. Yeah.
I mean, so I think it's a more of a biopic thing.
I'm waiting for the Eddie Guerrero biopic, man.
It's another one
for me.
I would love to see that.
For me, I would say they had that really good documentary.
You say what?
If I say who?
Don't say anything stupid right now. Don't say anything stupid right now.
I would if you think what I'm about to say is stupid, then
if you break out Honky Tonk Man or Rougeau Brothers and shit, I'm putting you in.
I want to see a Coco Beware biopic. Okay,
give me some credit, you fuckers.
You're fucking fired if you say that. I swear to God.
No, honestly, I was going to say there's a really good documentary that's on Peacock about this guy that I'm going to mention. I think Kurt Angle would be a great biopic.
Sure.
That would probably for sure. That's a good one, DDJ. Yeah, for sure. I think if they
instead of shitting all over me before I get my take.
Hey, when somebody listen, I'm going to teach you something. When somebody gives you credit, don't keep talking. Just take the credit and shut the fuck up.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yeah, you will. If you say another dumb shit, I'm going to give you another fucker. The Monday Night Wars. I think like if they did a biopic just about the Monday Night Wars, just
that'd be
that era of pro wrestling. I mean, it would be hard to pull off because you're talking about a lot of characters for the two companies. But I mean, has there been a bigger time in professional wrestling than that era?
No.
You know how they do that? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, man. I want to hear it.
The one way they can do that, it has to be Jordan-esque, right? It has to be seen from the eyes of somebody who wrestle, but maybe somebody in the back, somebody who's maneuvering all these moves. Hey, we just lost the outsiders to WCW, but we've got this coming in. Hey, they just leaked our information on the win, and then they got people watching Foley on the monitor winning, and people changing the channels, and they're like, "Oh shit, we're spiking." That's how you do something that big.
So you're thinking like a Bruce Pritchard type maybe perspective?
Yeah, somebody in that area.
Okay, that's a good one,
dude. Is there a bigger carny than Bruce Pritchard?
No. Jeff Jarrett, maybe. You know, that might be an interesting.
I said carny, not asshole.
Oh, my bad.
Jesus.
Who? Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah.
It'd be like a half-hour episode, man. It'd be kind of hard to. His daddy was a great wrestler. His dad was a great wrestler, Booker, and then Jeff wrestled.
You know what I would like, though, honestly? Somebody that I think has a very good story just because of how he cut in the business and everything he had to go to get to where he's at now. I would love an AJ Styles biopic.
Dude, I got a great AJ Styles story.
Okay.
So back in the day, I used to work at a store, and one of the other managers there, it was like in passing. I was talking to someone else and brought up something about wrestling, and she goes, "Oh yeah." She's like, I know a little bit about wrestling. She goes, "You know a guy named AJ something?" I was like, AJ Styles, and this was the fucking TNA days, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
before I think even probably like, yeah, this was like 2005, 2006 AJ, right? I was like, yeah.
So
I was
kid.
like,
He's a kid.
He's a kid. He was still doing that fucking that fucking straight
short hair choker.
Yeah, I still don't know how he did it. That fucking running shooting star press that he looks like he shouldn't be able to go over the top rope to the outside, but he does.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's like, "Yeah, I know him." I said, "Oh, that's cool." I was like, "How do you know him?" She goes, "Oh yeah, well, you know, we grew up and you know, we used to go to church and stuff, but he when he would come to town, like he would come to our church when he was in town, and he would need a place to stay, so he would crash at our house when he was in the area wrestling." And I was like, "No shit, really?" And she's like,
Nice.
"Yeah." She's like, "Yeah, he was super cool and super nice, like, but you know, because AJ's a religious guy, like, good for him, like that's cool."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like it just kind of was. I was like so thrown off. I was like, "Wow, this is the weirdest wrestling conversation I've ever had." Like, yeah, like AJ Styles attended our prayer group and slept in my house because he didn't have a place to stay while he was on the road wrestling. Oh, okay,
I bet
cool.
he did.
Like good Christians, we let him in.
So I got one more good idea for a biopic before we go to our final thought, Jovan.
Come on, man.
You're doing really good. You're doing really good tonight. Don't let
right.
us down.
Mantar?
Nope. Diamond Dallas Page.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
Too, man. I love DDP.
That'd be a good one.
And
that would be a good one.
He's like that guy. Like he didn't even get into the business until his 30s.
Dude, and how many wrestlers has he saved from themselves?
Exactly.
Oh my god,
dude. Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about
earned everything he got.
And I was just going to say, you want to talk about a true rags to riches story in the world of pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
That's it right there.
Yeah, that's like a fucking inspirational movie, bro. Like,
yeah,
I like that.
Tie a Jesus
Hallmark
to it, and it'll get made.
All right. Anybody else?
I think he worked in too many strip clubs to tie it to a Jesus thing. But all right. Maybe, oh God, but I don't know about Jesus.
For forgiveness, Sean, forgiveness.
Hanging and banging, as he used to say.
Gentlemen, it is time for the offshoot final thoughts, where we are actually going to give our final thoughts. Who wants to start off tonight?
I'll start.
Go ahead.
Gonna say congratulations to the Dallas Cowboys for finally beating a team this season that had an over 500 record. Now, granted, it was the Seattle Seahawks, who were only 6-5 before this evening's events, as we are recording on Thursday night. And all I see is, see, Dak's the best quarterback in the league, hands down. Nobody can touch him. Really? Really? Dak Prescott has shredded the fucking worst defenses in the league this year.
Yeah.
They barely beat the Seahawks. The Seahawks put up 35 against the Cowboys tonight.
Yeah,
and had them in trouble.
But which is surprising because Dallas has one of the best defenses in the NFL, so I've heard.
And that's what happened. No, dude, they actually do have a stout defense. Don't fucking shit on my team because of one bad game. But you've got a bad season. But what happened was
yeah, dude. But I'm not talking shit about my team. You still think they got a chance?
We're fucking 9-3. We mathematically do still have a chance. We're not 3-9 like you.
You're 9-3 and 8 wins.
In the play.
Or 4-8. Damn it!
Hold on.
8 wins came from nobodies.
It's a win. It doesn't matter. It still gets you into the party.
Let me clarify, dude, because he doesn't.
Hold on.
He doesn't understand what I'm saying. He's breathing in that deep Detroit air now. What I'm saying is, yes, you're going to make the playoffs, but you don't have a chance.
All you need to do is get into the dance. The 2007 Giants proved that. All you need to do is get to the dance. It doesn't fucking matter what happens. Get there, and any given Sunday, anything can happen. So, yes, I'm still cautiously optimistic that my team that's been playing okay this season still has a chance because we're still technically, mathematically in to having a chance. Our season wasn't dead by week 4.
Prescott won.
How many times has Chicago won one?
Prescott won?
Same amount as you guys, so doesn't matter. Now,
yeah, but like I said, I'm not sitting here talking about how good my team is. I'm asking you.
He beat Philly that one
playoff
year.
Games has Dak Prescott won?
He beat Philly in 2018 when we lost that bullshit next game to the Packers. But that's the whole thing. It doesn't matter. And you guys love to fucking jump our shit because you're so fucking hateful on your own team. Let me fucking enjoy my team season, goddammit. We're actually we're beating bad teams. We're fucking winning. I don't give a fuck if we beat bad team. We could beat Toledo High School.
I'm a diehard Bears fan, but one of my most favorite things to do in football is make fun of the fucking Cowboys. Because
so does everybody else. So guess what? Fucking gets tiring. But like I was saying,
you don't know me at all.
Am I still on my final thought, you fucks?
Yeah, give me a second, y'all.
Yeah, I haven't said anything.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
But while yes, we do have a good defense. We have a stout defense. What Seattle did is something that me and my dad have been talking about for the last few weeks. They went at Bland. Bland has been best playing when he's off the ball. They went at him and put the motherfucker on his heels all game long. And it was successful until he finally learned how to pick off of his heels, which, pretty much turned the tide for us to get that little bit of edge because we needed it. But that's the thing.
All right, shut the fuck up already.
Go ahead, Philly.
They're fucking awful. They're going to be awful. They're going to make the playoffs, and they're going to get bounced in the fucking first round again. There's Jovan, mouthful shotgun and towing the trigger. I'm upsetting them. Oh, no. But look, in all seriousness, they've beat dumpster fire teams. And yeah, a win's a win. I don't fucking care. That's fantastic and great. But they ain't America's team because America don't fucking like the Cowboys. I hate to break the news to you, but they don't. Cowboys fans like to think that everybody loves the Cowboys, but everybody fucking hates the Cowboys. Number 2 is they ain't as good as everybody thinks they are. It's called fucking stat padding. When you're fucking putting up 300 yards or, in the air and 3 touchdowns against not really good fucking defenses, like bottom half of the league defenses, bottom 5 defenses. Yeah, great. I mean, good for you. But you're not the fucking shit, dude. You're not as hyped as everybody, all the Cowboys fans think you are. It ain't happening, dog. And you want to talk about dog shit? Hey, look, I'll be the first one to tell you, dude, these Eagles wins are some dog shit wins. But guess what? They're wins against the Cowboys, the Bills, the Dolphins, the fucking Chiefs in Kansas City, and coming on Sunday, probably another one against San Francisco.
Ooh.
So, and everybody's like, oh, man, the fucking Eagles are going to shit the bed in this whole run because this whole run they have nothing but like the best teams in the league all back to back to back to back. And they're still fucking pulling off wins. They're ugly wins. They ain't that clean. Jalen Hurts isn't looking like fucking Hurts did last year, but they're scraping together wins and they're making it fucking count. That's a team that's going to go to the playoffs, and that's a team that's going to fucking win in the playoffs. There's a big difference. When you pull off scrappy fucking ugly wins against the top best of the best, that tells you who the best is. Like the four of us could probably go out and fucking beat the Panthers right now. I mean, my fucking bum ass hip, fucking DDJ just spinning around in circles, picking lines.
You could you could play running back. No, dude, what I'm thinking is you could be the running back. I'll be the quarterback, and Jovan and Dennis can be our offensive line because they're as big as 5 people. Those are some big cats, man.
Just stack them. I can't really run.
I'm just gonna hand the ball to you. Well, you ain't gonna have to. As long as they're in front of you, they're just gonna mow the fucking lawn, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking. That's a fucking tush push and a half, man. I'm gonna brotherly shove those motherfuckers straight to hell. Let's go.
Dennis is gonna be on the offensive line like Bill Sapp or Bob Sapp in the Adam Sandler movie. Be like,
funny story about that you mentioned the longest yard. When Jovan and I got up Sunday morning, I turned on the TV. Jovan, what movie was on when I turned the TV on?
The Longest Yard was playing.
And then when we saw that exact
if there's a
part
TV
too.
around, DDJ's gonna turn it on. Yeah.
I still don't remember the part of my final thought that had the longest yard in it, but okay, that's cool.
Go ahead, Joey. Keep finishing.
You've been going.
Sean, keep.
I've been trying to finish, but you fucking morons keep talking and coming up with hey, guess what was on TV? Okay. Oh, let me talk about how good this fucking defense is. What? Shut the fuck up. Your owner said that the fucking the Panthers win was like one of the greatest moments in Cowboys history or some bullshit. I'm like, dude, really?
Well,
beat a fucking team that's more than one. Your biggest achievement is beating a team that has one fucking win all season. Get the fuck out of here, you old delusional fucking cunt.
Well, it was the historical significance of the touchdown in that game.
Oh, was it? Historically significant to fucking beat up on the Carolina fucking Panthers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
DeRon Bland, 5 interceptions for a touchdown, broke the record.
Who gives a fuck?
The Cowboys.
I know they do. But guess what? This is why I fucking hate those records and shit like that. You know why? They don't mean dick. They don't mean dick, bro. Does that five interceptions returned for a touchdown in a season mean that they're going to win a fucking playoff game? No, it doesn't.
3 hours later.
Can you move it?
Hey, it'd be great if I stopped getting interrupted and then I could finish my final fucking thought. So anyway, congrats to the Cowboys for actually pulling off a fucking win against a team that was slightly over 500 today. Big fucking deal. Absolutely. Oh my God. It's astounding. You've climbed the mountain. You've peaked. Right there. Go ahead.
Are we done? Are you done?
I don't know, DDJ. Were you going to talk about somebody at a fucking Waffle House now? Go ahead. Give me your final thought. Go ahead.
No,
Tell me about the waitress you stiffed. How about that for your final thought?
God damn you.
Fucking GoFundMe for the waitress that fucking had to serve DDJ all night. She didn't even get a fucking couple bucks out of it. God damn. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I made sure she got $20, dude. While she was leaving, I had to call her back. I'm like, wait, I got a tip for you. And,
Yeah, I got a tip for you. You should have spit in that guy's food.
Yeah.
Go ahead, DDJ.
I was just going to say, man, with this whole thing with Punk returning and stuff, man, it's a really good time to be a wrestling fan. Just fasten your seatbelts because the road to WrestleMania is going to be a fun one.
Guess if you like Punk.
Even if you don't like Punk, there's so much that's going on right now, man.
He's trying to fight everybody tonight, man.
He's
trying to fight everybody.
It's okay.
You're in your fucking Detroit crack house bubble, just trying to fight everybody. Look at you. Fucking listen to one Eminem album, and all of a sudden you're like, "Yeah, 8 Mile, bitch, what up?"
Was that your full thought, Dennis?
Pretty much. I mean, it's just
fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. My final thought of the night, and I'm going to be fairly quick with it.
Like Joey K. Quick?
Yes, real quick. My final thought of the evening is
nothing quick about me, dog. Ain't nothing quick happening here. My motherfucking God.
Oh God. I had a good final thought for tonight. I did, and then all this happened, and I'm not really in the mood to talk about what I want to talk about. So,
fuck me, man.
I'm just gonna say we're thankful for everybody who tuned in to us over the weekend for the Survivor Series watch along. Once again, thank you to everybody at Copeland's for your hospitality. We look forward to seeing you again for the Rumble. Hopefully, Joey K, we could figure out a way to get you down there. Maybe, $1 a day will get you there between now and then. What else do I got for you guys? Oh, real quick, we are still trying to hammer out details about the charity auction sale that we're going to have to benefit Project Fat, which is Project Headspace and Timing veterans kind of nonprofit that I do want to make sure we get that up and going. So we are currently talking about getting that taken care of as well. And last but not least, before I kick it to Shawn, just once again, thank you to Jerry for actually showing up live and in color. Not only was he great during the show, but he knew that I was kind of leery of driving back in a little bit of snow flurries. I'd never driven in that conditions before, so he kind of, talked me through it.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was a good all around experience. That weekend in Chicago and then back here. Peek behind the curtain. If you ever wonder what Dennis has for breakfast on a daily basis, it's just a lot of fucking sugar.
I was wondering.
I can't even.
He was wondering why he started to crash mid breakfast because the fucking carbs and sugar hit his ass so hard. He hit the wall mid meal. I'm like, oh yeah, he's done for.
Dude, literally, as soon as I got home from driving back home after breakfast, I told my wife, I said, I'm going to take a nap, and I passed out in the bed for like 2 hours.
You had 3,000 grams of starch, man. That shit.
Oh, you know what though? Them fucking hash browns were top notch.
He had hash browns. And what was it? Cinnamon roll pancakes?
No, it was
fucking Christ.
Which one was it?
It was chocolate peanut. What was it? The chocolate peanut buttery whatever?
Oh, crepes.
What was it? It was like
it was some shit that you would probably give to a kid because it's got
whipped
like chocolate
cream,
and whipped cream,
cherries,
bananas.
But
I'm surprised it didn't have like a sucker sticking out of the top of it.
But Joey, he was a little sensible. He got the non-sweet tea and put his own sugar in it.
Oh.
And I had the turkey sausage too.
I'd be willing to bet
turkey
that
sausage.
Their sweet tea wasn't sweet enough for him.
Oh, dude, no. It was the plate was like 3,000 calories, but he got turkey sausage, so that's the important thing.
Oh, that's cool.
That
Really fighting on the front lines against diabetes there, bud. Way to be. Way to be.
They didn't have Diet Coke, so he had to do his own sweetener in his tea.
I don't drink pop anyway, so.
What do you got for us, Shawn?
It's pop.
Or soda, excuse me.
You know he's a Milwaukee Brewers fan. He's been up there a lot. Pop.
There's just so much going through my head right now, but I digress. So I've got a handful of messages this week from some people who watched the show, and I'm fine. There was concerns, and I mean, I've talked about this stuff before. Like you guys know, that I battle mental health stuff. I'm pretty open about it. Unfortunately for me, like 5:00, 5:30 that afternoon, like I felt an anxiety attack coming on. I kept trying to get away so I could get quiet before the show. And every time I walked out back, just to take a breath and quiet my head down, somebody needed something or somebody wanted something, or I think that homeless guy came back and started talking to me about post offices and shit like that. And, I pretty much just was doing everything I could to get through the show, which is why I didn't really remember a lot of it. And I apologize for that. I know I was off my game, and I apologize for that. It's been a tough week. Around 2010 is when I initially met DDJ. I don't know if I've ever told you guys the story or why I'm
2010.
Yeah.
Was it that long ago?
That's when we first met in the round table.
Damn, bless you.
I thought it was like 2015 or 2014, 2015.
No,
You've been putting up with this motherfucker for 13 years.
13.
Yeah, but initially we were in the same wrestling group, and we had a couple of interactions, but it just seemed like every wrestling group that I moved into, Dennis would eventually become a part of it. And then I think when we really became friends was in Last Man Standing.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's when I met you and Pat, and when we really started interacting. But around that time, I'd been in a relationship for 10 years with my youngest son's mother, and we had separated, and my drug addiction at that point was pretty much out of control. And a lot of shit happened, jail and a lot of things that I'm not proud of. And I remember I was starting to get clean, and I was just one of those days where I just really wanted to get high, and I was doing everything I could not to. And for whatever reason, pro wrestling popped in my head because it's always been something that I've loved my entire life, but I had kind of gotten away from watching it. And I remember like picking up my phone and going on Facebook and like, I wonder if there's wrestling groups. They had groups for everything. And I joined a wrestling group. And that's when I met Ken Tatone. Within the first hour I was on Facebook, Ken Tatone started talking to me. And I think we talked for like 3 hours. And then he introduced me to Chris Cucciaro, which is the other wrestling group that I'm an admin in and that I helped start. It's called CCW, Chris Cucciaro Wrestling. And Chris was a recovering addict, and there was a lot of late nights and 2:00 in the morning conversations. And when we lost Chris, he OD'd, took his own life. 2015, 2016, I don't remember. But we lost him. But Chris was like, "You're a Chicago guy, right?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Have you ever heard of CM Punk?" Never heard of him. And he started sending me links and videos. And at one point, I got a box in the mail with like all of his Ring of Honor DVDs. And there was a promo that he cut when he was in Ring of Honor on Raven. You remember the promo? Where he talked about Raven wasted his life on drugs and his career and all this stuff. And it just turned into being like one of his biggest promos while he was there. It was like, and I just remember like latching onto that guy and just being like, if I don't know that I could ever be straight edge, because I'm never going to be that guy that doesn't try to take the edge off some point somehow. But, I became a CM Punk fan, and it was like something that helped ground me, and it kept me watching wrestling, and it kept me away from the shit that was getting me in trouble, to the point where I was wearing his merch. I bought his hoodie, all of it. Every time that guy succeeds, I feel better, because, I hate doing this shit every day. It's just tough. It's hard to get up when you don't want to get up. It's hard to fight off this shit all the fucking time. If it wasn't for you guys, I don't know what I'd do.
It's all right, man.
Dude, you don't have to apologize for anything.
I love this stuff, and it's the only thing that, besides my wife and my kids, it's the only thing that keeps me going and keeps my head on straight. And, laughing with you guys and joking with you guys and, listening to Joey K ramble and rant and fucking go nuts on the Cowboys. And it's just like the highlight of my week, man. It really is.
Don't encourage him.
Being able to do the stuff that we've been allowed to do, and the stuff that we're going to be allowed in the future, and everything. I just, I'm sorry last weekend happened. It was bad timing, and if I could have stopped it, I would have. But that's the reason why. And I just, it's just easier to explain it here than it is to send out a bunch of messages to people that, I just didn't want to keep typing it over and over again. It's not a joke. When I say I have mental health issues, it's real. It's very, very real. And sometimes it's just really, really hard. And this week has been tough. It's been really tough. But every single one of these guys have checked on me. There's not going to be Jerry's checked on me. My wife is constantly concerned. I am a very, very lucky man, and I'm very, very grateful to have the people in my life that I have, because there was a time when this kind of shit was much harder because I was doing it all by myself. So just want to thank you guys and tell you I love you. And, I'm going to get up tomorrow, and then I'm going to get up the day after that, and I'm just going to keep getting up. I love you guys.
Love you too, bro.
Love you too, bro. Keep stepping, man. Keep stepping. Hit the exit, Dennis.
All right.
Legends of the Ring Sting, man. This is a great figure, old school figure. Looks great. It's Sting! Old school Sting from WCW. Guys, you know us, 3/4 of the Shootin Shit team, and we're here with a listener just like you guys. This is Jimmy from Super Powers Comics.
My friend of almost 20 years. He's known him since you were 12.
If you know people in Chicago, you probably know Dennis because he knows half the town, of course. But shooters, if you need action figures, comics, wrestling memorabilia, we just showed you Sting. Superpowers Comics We'll put up their QR code so you can get a good look at everything they have coming. Give it a shot, shooters. Get your superpowers on and get your comments from our friend Jimmy, who listens just like you.
Attention wrestling fans and fans of Shootin Shit podcasts. You can now be one of the cool kids by going to ProWrestlingTees.com and buy the official Shootin Shit t-shirt. Buy it now and be there at ringside.
Be sure to check us out on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@SHOOTINGSHT. Find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/groups/SHOOTINSHT. Check us out on TikTok at SHOOTINSHIT. And you can buy your official Shootin Shit shirt at www.ProWrestlingTees.com/SHOOTINSHT. And thanks for watching.